Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Elden Ring. My name is Cowdog, and this is episode 16, the complete sorcery playthrough. We are at the final area for Ranni's quest, the Moonlight Altar. This is the infamous area here in Liurnia that literally every new player asks about how to reach. The answer is, of course, to simply go through Ranni's quest, and eventually you get here. So, one of the first things we're going to do is to fight a crystal dragon. Crystal dragons resist about 80% of magic damage, so we're going to make some adjustments to our gear to account for that. I'm also going to turn the HUD back on. I was experimenting with some different settings for a more cinematic effect that didn't turn out very well, because as a spellcaster you need to be able to see how much FP you have and potions and so on and so forth. Okay. We are currently level 90 as we have been for the past few areas. Same loadout with the Academy Glintstone Staff and Staff of Loss. Renala's super fancy hat and some fashion that we acquired down in Noxtella. Radagon Icon, Magic Scorpion Charm, and the Ritual Sword Talisman. Spells are Night Comet and Carrion Slicer, and we are going to swap those as I mentioned. So, Magic Dragons resist the magic damage, so we want the old reliable Rock Sling for physical damage. We're not doing magic damage, so swapping the Magic Shrouding Cracked Tier for health regeneration or stamina or whatever you prefer is probably a good idea. I prefer stamina, but your mileage may vary. Offhand staff, we're going to break out the Meteorite Staff for that bonus to Rock Sling. And again, we're not doing magic damage, so the Magic Scorpion Charm is doing us no good. Graven School Talisman is our backup, so extra damage to all sorceries. Now, the dragon is up this path right here, and it does appear out of thin air, so have your Wondrous Physic ready. Adula does only a couple of different things from normal dragons. The first thing it can potentially do is a large sweeping sword attack. When it pops up to do that, it looks a lot like the strafing run of fire, and the response is very similar, although you want to run towards the dragon and then dodge roll as the attack happens, and that should keep you safe. The other thing the dragon does is summon a magic crystal, this thing. Hopefully I can stun him out of this. Nope. That fires homing bolts, and as you can see, the correct response is to roll into the attack. Now, Rock Sling, as you can see, has a little bit of funky tracking. Oh, here's the sword attack, so like so you want to roll into it. Rock Sling has some pretty funny tracking, as you saw. Sometimes it will miss entirely. And he's doing fire off into the distance, okay. You may find that it's more useful to aim at the dragon's chest rather than the head. And, oh, there's a reset, a double reset. We have super high-level game design there. And he's attacking nothing. Okay. Let's go, Adula. Face your opponent. Now, because dragons tend to do these long animation attacks, sometimes you'll need more than 3 or 4 Rock Slings to get a stance break. It is very annoying, especially when the dragon spends so much time in the air. And that should not have hit me whatsoever, but whatever. We've already established that the dragon is acting super buggy. My opponent is apparently the camera this time around. So, let's see. Am I going to get killed here? Nope. There's some fire. Get on Torrent to avoid that. It's going all over the place. So, if FromSoft ever in a million years decides to watch this video, can you please stop putting dragons in areas with strange terrain? Or, barring that, put them in places where their AI can actually handle the terrain. That would be super, super awesome. Alright, there's a stance break. Should be the end of Adula. No, maybe not. This might be dangerous with fire. Super goofy hitboxes. And another reset. Wow. Okay. Hopefully your fight against this dragon does not go as weird as this. My own rock slings are coming down at me. Just gonna take cover behind this here. Still got hit. That's okay. And maybe I can jump. Yep. Nope. So this is in no way a standard fight. Unfortunately, I can't show you how easy this fight should have been. Normally you just cast a bunch of rock slings, the dragon gets staggered, you cast more rock slings, and it goes pretty mathematically. But I guess that's a good example of everything that can potentially go wrong with the dragon fight. Hopefully yours is much, much easier. But now with the doula out of the way, we can progress to the final step of Ranni's quest. Collecting 8 bazillion starlight shards. When the dragon fight is done, make sure that you rest at the site of grace here, reset your spells, reset your equipment back to your normal loadout. We are going to be fighting some pretty nasty enemies up here in the Moonlight Altar, including a couple of Royal Revenants and a Red Wolf, as well as a Black Knife Assassin, so you do want to be back to optimal before you fight those things. The Royal Revenants especially are very, very nasty. They can do a lot of damage very quickly. Alright, back to Night Comet. Physic, back to magic damage. And we no longer need the Meteorite Staff or the Graven School Talisman. Alright, so your only risk now at this point is right here in this hole that we're going to jump down. You can potentially fall far enough to take damage or die, so make sure that you land correctly on the ledges here. There is a short cutscene once we finally meet Ranni down here at the end of her quest. I will be skipping it because it's super spoiler territory, and your reward for coming along this far and completing this quest is seeing that cutscene, so please enjoy. Be very careful here also. It is possible to take a melee swing at Ranni. She will feel greatly betrayed and disappointed in your barbaric actions, and she will disappear. I think you can use Celestial Dew to correct that. Don't quote me on that, but if you do hit her, you might want to figure out how to reload from a cloud save or something, because that's a bad situation if you spent all of this time to get here. So, last thing you get, of course, is the Moonlight Greatsword. This is the super, super awesome best weapon that many people think is in the entire game. Shown here. Mostly an intelligence weapon, does lots of magic damage, does frost buildup, has a very cool Ash of War that buffs the weapon for even more damage, and then will fire off a beam of moonlight on your R2 swings. So, if you're interested in that, definitely look up online for Dark Moon Greatsword builds. I'm sure you will find like 50,000 of them. So, alright, we are going to fast travel out of here and then explore the ruins here and here. Here. The Black Knife Assassin is in the Everjail right here. This is the final Black Knife Assassin fight, technically. There's a couple of stragglers scattered throughout the game still, but they are not bosses. We've got a Red Wolf right here, and a puzzle tower here that requires us to run all over the map. So, you can also, if you so choose, physically run out of the area. We came from this tunnel, and if you go up to this one, you can actually just run out to the southeastern part of the map. Right here. I do recommend you fast travel to a site of grace, reset your FP and your Wondrous Physic, because there are these 2 Royal Revenants in each of these, 1 in each of these ruins. You will want your maximum ability to do damage to fight those guys. So let's go ahead and get those guys out of the way first, because it's super, super annoying. I do recommend, because Royal Revenants are such a pain in the butt to fight, you pop your Wondrous Physic just to help out a little bit. There also are those annoying little spirit dudes that shoot the homing missiles at you with the bells. They pop up like this. It can be basically game ending if you are trying to fight those at the same time as a Royal Revenant. Now, strangely enough, there is a slight advantage to approaching this Revenant from a different direction. So if you go straight in, it's going to pop up and you're going to be a little bit farther away. What you want is to make sure your FP flask is maxed out. Get your Wondrous Physic. And then come from the downhill side. That way you should approach from the back of Revenant and be able to get in more hits, hopefully enough to kill him before he does anything. Alright, that's number 1. And before the physic runs out, I'm going to run down to the other set of ruins and get the other one. Same thing applies. You want to come at the Revenant from the other side over here. The same thing, Carrion Slicer, Wondrous Physic. Where's he at? Oh, I screwed that up. That's okay. And he's decided to not respond. So apparently something in the Moonlight Altar has broken the AI, but I'm definitely not going to complain, since those guys are such a pain to fight. Now, there's a couple of hidden basements. I'm going to use the Target Shackle. I don't remember exactly where it is. It's somewhere in... Oh, there it is right there. Perfect. I believe this is Smithing Stones. The +8. That's the level we need for our staff that we're using currently. There's actually a couple more of those when we fight the Red Wolf. That's pretty much all there is to get from here. There's another basement up in the first ruins that we cleared out, and that has a maximum FP talisman. Oh, and we got these little dudes again. And a stone sword key. So, maximum FP is, of course, useful. Keep in mind, if you already have 38 mind, that is the same amount of FP that a fully upgraded flask will restore. Getting more FP than that can be useful for initial bursts of damage, or if you have enough time to drink 2 FP flasks and max out, just increases your burst damage. So your mileage may vary with additional FP if you decide to use that particular talisman. Now this set of ruins is a little bit different. It has those really annoying sorcerers that turn invisible and run away and shoot flasks or shoot pebbles at you. Really not fun, but not dangerous either. Like so, they're already shooting and disappearing. Carrion Slicer is honestly probably the better choice here, but as long as you can see them as they pop in, you can just blow them up. There's another one somewhere. I just heard him. Oh, man, he got away. Oh, there he is. And there's like 50 of these guys over here, so anytime you think you've gotten all of them, you probably haven't. Alright, one more. I'm sure there's probably one or two more of these guys somewhere. Oh, there's, yep, two more. Dude tried to hit me with this stick. Okay, so I got a regen there on my health flask, so I think that means I've gotten all of them. Keep in mind there are still traps. And I believe there's also a hidden basement here as well. So Margot's Shackle. Once again, that also sets off all of the traps, by the way. Nope, not here. Up top, maybe? There it is. Somberstone 8. Of course, we already have a bunch of those from doing Noxtella. And one final sweep of the area, just to make sure there's not another basement somewhere, but I think that's it for the ruins. Whoops. Nope. Regular loot. Not hidden. Rune arcs and runes. Okay. So, that one's done. That one's done. That one's done. There's nothing up here. Nothing down here except for the puzzle. And why don't we do the Black Knife Assassin next? So, along the way, there are 3 more regular crystal dragons, which if you need more dragon hearts for an incantation run, that would be the place to go. Personally, I'm going to run past them because fighting crystal dragons as a sorcery build is, as you saw, against a Dula, super annoying. Now, there's a path that will lead through here. These cliffs are very high. You have fatal fall damage in most places, so I would recommend sticking to the path. If you really, really want to fight the dragons, go ahead. It's really just more runes, and of course, as you can see, we already have plenty of runes left over. Now, the Black Knife Assassin does everything that Black Knife Assassins do. She is, however, very, very aggressive, has more hit points. You are not going to be able to have an opportunity to cast very many spells, like Night Comet. Most of your damage is going to come from Carrion Slicer. This is a theme that will progress into the DLC, although if you are quick, you can swap to Night Comet and sometimes get some extra damage in. So, unfortunately, all Evergails disallow the use of spirits, so you will have to 1 versus 1 this boss. So just keep that in mind as you come in here. As with all Evergaol fights, the boss fight, of course, does not start until you leave the outer ring of the starting teleport in. So you do have some time to prepare yourself mentally and in-game as well. Make sure your Wondrous Physic is, of course, active. Now, the Assassin does all of the things that Assassins do, as I mentioned. In addition, this one, of course, will shoot a red beam that if it hits you, it will, of course, do damage and then lower your hit points temporarily as that Destined Death debuff is put on you. The other thing that the Assassin does, which is very, very dangerous and may cause you to be defeated here, is the dagger will glow with red fire very briefly. The Assassin will jump into the air, and when she slams down, it will create that whirlwind kind of mini waterfall attack. You may have seen this when fighting Millicent for the first time in Caelid. The response to most of the attacks is to dodge directly away from the Assassin. This is usually safe, and it's pretty rare for a Elden Ring boss to allow you to do this, to panic roll directly away. The exceptions are the grab attack you'll want to roll into. There's a small kind of like hop sideways followed by a thrust, a leaping thrust forward. You will want to dodge into that attack. The Destined Death beam, of course, you want to dodge to the left or right. The Whirlwind mini waterfowl, you should be able to simply dodge away from, especially if you're still light equipment load. Just keep in mind you may need to dodge more than once to avoid being hit entirely. As with all assassins, just don't panic, just keep your eyes open, and you should be pretty okay. We've done this fight several times against multiple different types of assassins at this point. We have the advantage here of a large open space, which definitely gives us the advantage as a spellcaster. We are not fighting in a tiny room like we did at the one in the Liurnia dungeon or Rogier's quest, so you will be able to get a few hits in early as the assassin ports in. Definitely use that to your advantage. Just watch your stamina and your FP bar. There's that hop sideways followed by the thrust, so there's the beam that I got hit by, and you can see the maximum hit point debuff. Roughly 50% of my hit points. Alright, so that is what the attack with the mini waterfall looks like, except that we did not use the red fire on her dagger first, so when you see that red fire, that's your indication to know that she's about to use that stupid attack. It's very similar to that one just now, but up close. And I was wrong about being able to use Night Comet. She's actually being very nice to me, allowing me to cast some of these spells. There's that again. Oh, I screwed up the timing on that one. And that should be it. Relatively easy. I'm a little surprised that she wasn't more aggressive, but as I mentioned during the Adula fight, something in the AI for Moonlight Altar has been acting very strange. So maybe I got lucky there. Not sure. As with all fights, if you do end up struggling a little bit too much, by all means, come back later with higher levels, more upgrades. That fight is definitely worth getting. The Spirit, Black Knife Electo. That Spirit at max level can sometimes solo bosses, so you really, really want to take advantage of this as soon as you can if you are using Spirits. Super, super good. Okay, let's head down and fight the Red Wolf. Now, along the way, there's going to be some Crystallians. I recommend that you do not fight these guys. It's completely pointless. They take a lot of spell power to kill, they don't drop anything, and they don't even give you that many runes, so definitely just roll right on past. Now, Red Wolves, of course, we've fought several times by now. You do just want to... This one doesn't do anything that any of the other Red Wolves haven't... You have seen all of this before, is what I'm trying to say. Wait for the bait, the fake out attack, use your Night Comet. Wait for the delay on the triple thing. One, he's going to back up and do a second one. That's when you hit him. That's also your opportunity to drink. Roll into the charge. Double roll here. Now, normally he does the second attack there. This guy has either a lot of hit points or my damage is being resisted because this is taking a lot of hits. Normally Red Wolves are kind of glass cannons, but that's okay. Whoops. I meant to just swap spells there, not get on Torrent. Okay. So, a lot of this here is going to be more smithing stones. This is very, very good. As I mentioned, upgrading our Academy Glintstone staff to basically max level is very, very good for us at this point. In fact, I think now that this Red Wolf is toast, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Oh, actually, you know, this is a good point. Now that we've done Ronnie's quest, there's going to be a couple of additional steps. Even though the main story with Ronnie is done, we still have E.G. and Blythe to resolve. So, let's go and see what happens here. E.G., I'm sure, will congratulate us on the completion. Oh, nope, he's still in the same stuff. Strength and armaments. Okay, not quite max level, but pretty damn good. So that brings it up to 23 out of 25. Sorcery scaling of 263 versus the Carrion Regal, which is 278 versus 295. So somehow the Academy Glintstone staff is still doing better for us because our intelligence is only 61. The Carrion Regal does start to ramp up pretty quickly after we get higher level intelligence in that final upgrade, but you know, that's how it goes. Okay, let's head up to Ronnie's Rise. Blythe will be waiting for us. He will be hostile, so you have a choice. You can put him out of his misery, or you can simply leave. I'm not sure which of those two is actually more cruel. You leave Blythe behind as you go on to become Elden Lord and disappear with Ronnie into the sunset, or to leave him here to go crazy and kill him and make him dead. So, if you do decide to fight him, he does drop his armor set. So, I'm going to go ahead and do the latter, just to show you what happens. He does have quite a few hit points. You may not want to fight him in an enclosed space, but not sure what he's doing, actually. Alright, Blythe. Well, if you're just going to sit there and let me shoot you, you are crazy, after all. Okay, Royal Greatsword, Blythe's armor, etc., etc. As you can see, he was surrounded by some Black Knife assassins. I believe there's one or two more dead out here. Black Knives, of course, are very angry that Ronnie betrayed her and the ringleader, so they tried to kill Blythe and Ronnie. Didn't work with Blythe, kind of a badass. And as we return to E.G., we are going to see that E.G. is also unhappy that things have resolved this way.
Well, last walk. Unthinkable. How did he blow? Lies behind me. I'll catch when I do.
So, if you fast travel once again, we will see that E.G. has also been attacked by Black Knife assassins. Destined Death Fire burning on him, and he is very, very dead. But you get his helmet, so I guess that's supposed to make you feel better or something. Who knows? Okay, back to the Moonlight Altar and the puzzle dungeon. Now, the trick with the puzzle dungeon is that once it is activated, you have to do all of the steps without fast traveling. It's extremely annoying because you have to run all over the place. The puzzle is that you have to find the three wise beasts, or whatever they're called. They are the turtles. I'm going to have to go all the way around, unfortunately. There are three turtles that you have to locate. They are very, very large turtles. And they are in very, very strange places scattered throughout the map. I'm not sure whoever figured this out the first time. You are a puzzle-solving god, whoever you are. But I had to look it up. And hopefully you will see why once we get down here and start this. Lots and lots of running with nothing in between here and the puzzle dungeon. Or the puzzle tower. I keep saying dungeon. Why? Couple of wolves. I think some Crystallians or something. Yeah, nothing important. I feel like maybe they should have put in a scarab or something down here. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so they almost, I think they are trying to trick you with this particular site of grace. As I mentioned, you have to complete all of the steps of this puzzle without fast traveling. Otherwise, it won't count. You'll have to start over. Seek 3 great wise beasts. Okay. We are going to need a bow. I think you might be able to shoot 1 or 2 of these with just a spell, but the bow is usually just easier. The first one of these giant turtles is off the side of the cliff right here. And there we go. The second one is, I believe it's in the air right here above the forest. The last one is down here off the side of the cliff at the opposite end of the entire place. So go ahead and head north. Lots and lots of boring running for no reason. We're going to run past the Crystallians once again. Do not fight them. There's no point to it. And once we get a little bit closer, you actually should be able to see the turtle up in the air, floating around. Now, it looks like you should be able to just shoot it with a bow. You actually, I don't think you can. Yep, there he is up there floating in the air. The way that you actually have to beat this part of the puzzle is hit this spirit spring. You may need you to do a couple of tries, but you jump up. Oh, I missed. And you go straight through the turtle. It will knock it out of the air. There we go. Okay. Now we need to head all the way back down to here. Past the dragons. Try not to aggro them if you don't have to. And also watch out for the cliffs. If you try to jump down too early, you will fall to your death. Which, of course, means you'll have to start the puzzle over all from the beginning. Not fun. So the last turtle is down there on that ledge. And we're going to switch to our bow and shoot manually. There we go. Seal on the rise opened. So at this point, once you get that message, you can then safely fast travel back. Don't need the bow anymore. There is, as far as I know, not a single lore reference anywhere about who Chelona is. Or Shalona, or however you pronounce that. My guess would be it is one of the Carian princesses or something in the past, but who knows. Pretty standard tower layout. Try not to fall off the stairs. Get to the very top, and we are rewarded with Rani's Dark Moon. This is a very, very, very good spell. Fires out a little moon that will track towards your enemies, do a lot of damage, and add some frost buildup. It will also knock out any spell projectiles along the way. Pretty cool. So, that is everything in the Moonlight whatever grounds. Moonlight Altar. Not good with names. Next up, we're going to go actually into the capital, because we've now done everything underground. We have done all of Rani's quest. We've done Thea's quest. We have the capital left to do, Volcano Manor, and then everything, of course, which is still on the Fog of War, the Mountaintop of the Giants, etc., etc. There are also the sewers underneath the capital to do as well. So, I'm going to park... Where is it? Right here at the Capital Rampart. This is the entrance to the capital. I'm going to add 5 more levels. Creeping up towards level 100 or higher for the capital is going to make things a little bit too easy. Although, at this point in the game, things do start getting dangerous very, very quickly. So, more hit points, I think. Standard layout, 2 vigor, 1 mind, 1 endurance, 1 intelligence. Okay, so once again, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode and learned a little bit about a fairly annoying and difficult area. I apologize for all the bugs with the dragon. I'm not sure what that was. And I'm going to say it again. Hopefully your fight against the Black Knife ringleader goes as smoothly as mine did. If you have been following my build so far, things should be relatively as easy for you. But we'll see you in episode 17, where we finally tackle the capital. We're going to get a lot more story progression here. This is the main story. Once again, we're done with side quests for a little while. So, my name has been Cowdog. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.